Uh, okay, so these are the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to number 1, define a parabola. Number 2, find the equation of a parabola with vertex at the origin, 0, 0. Number 3, find the equation of a parabola with vertex not at the origin. Number 4, state the direction in which the parabola opens. Number 5, transform the equation of the parabola to the standard vertex form. Number 6, determine the vertex, the focal distance, focus, length of the latus rectum, the endpoints of the latus rectum, and axis of symmetry of a parabola. Okay, what is this parabola? And so parabola is the set of all points in the plane equidistant from a fixed point F and a fixed line L not containing F. Okay. So, sabi dito, ang parabola daw ay ito yung parabola po natin, set of all points daw po yan, according to this definition, as long as equidistant yung mga points natin from a fixed point to a fixed line. Ibig sabihin, pag nag-draw tayo ng line segment dito, from this point to a point F, the fixed point na tinatawag natin, ay parehas yung distance or equidistant pagka nag-draw tayo ng another line segment from this point to this fixed line. And ganun ang ibig sabihin ng parabola. And this is our parabola. The point F in the definition above is our focus. So, ito yung ating focus, itong point na ito. That is called the focus. And the line L is its directrix. This one. This is our directrix, itong line na ito. Okay? And this line is either horizontal or vertical. So, we can have a horizontal line. Example ng ating parabola dito, meron tayong horizontal na directrix. And we can also have a vertical directrix. Yan. Okay, so what are the parts of the parabola? And so the first one, we have the line through F. This one, the focus. Yung line daw na dadaanan niya yung ating focus at perpendicular dun sa ating directrix, yung L. Ang tawag po dito sa line na ito, tawag dito ay ito yung ating axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry. At ang axis of symmetry, kung papansinin ninyo, para siyang mirror na kung saan nagre-reflect yung left part ito doon sa right part. Kung ano yung nasa left part, ganun din ang makikita sa right part ng ating parabola. Or, pwede ring sabihin natin that this axis of symmetry divides the parabola into two equal parts. Okay? And so next, vertex. Vertex is the only point of the parabola that lies on the axis of symmetry. Yan. So, isa daw po siyang point na nandoon sa ating dumadaan or nag-intersect doon sa ating axis of symmetry. Yan. Pagka ito yung point of intersection ng ating parabola at yung ating axis of symmetry. This line. This example of our parabola ay yung ating y-axis mismo, ang ating axis of symmetry. And so this is our vertex. And so yung sa case dito, napapansin niyo parang ang opening nito ay opens upward, 'di ba? Opens upward. Ang vertex po natin ay nandun sa pinakababa. Kapag ganito naman ang itsura ng ating parabola, opens downward, ang ating vertex nandun sa pinakataas. Pag opens to the right naman, dito ang ating vertex. Opens to the left, dito ang ating vertex. Okay? So the distance from the vertex to the focus or directrix is called the focal distance. Okay, so mayroon tayong distance from the vertex to the focus, yung F natin, yung focus ng parabola at doon sa ating vertex. Ang tawag dyan, the focal distance. At yan lang po yung A. Yan. So, yung A, kung ano yung focal distance, yan yung A. Or same through, pwede rin, ang focal distance natin, ayan, yan yung distance from the vertex to the directrix. Same lang. Ano yung measurement or distance nitong dalawa, which is A, ganun din dito. A din yan. Okay? That's the focal distance. The next one, the latus rectum. It's a segment containing the focus. Focus, segment daw siya na containing the focus, F, with endpoints on the parabola and perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. So, ito po yun. Ito yung ating latus rectum. Dadaanan niya containing the focus F, and ang endpoints po niya ay itong dalawang to points ng ating parabola. Okay, so this is our latus rectum. Okay, ano ang measurement, anong distance from this point? Ang distance nito tsaka ito ay, this is A. 2A, sorry. 2A ito tandaan nyo na lang yan. And ito naman from the focus to the other endpoint, that is another 2A. Ibig sabihin, yung ating latus rectum, ang kanyang length ay 4A. So, ang length ng ating latus rectum ay 4A. Parang 4 times A. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Next. Okay, so we have, and so, di ko na ipapakita sa inyo kung paano na-derive, of course, yung mga ating equations na itong apat na ito. Okay? Pero, simple lang naman. Pakitandaan na lang itong ating table. Okay? So, if your A, what is A again? The focal distance. Yung A natin kanina, focal distance. And in this case, we have here the coordinates of our focus. Yung A dito, ito yung of course, ito yung ating x coordinate at ito yung y coordinate. Nandun dito, x coordinate, y coordinate, x coordinate, y coordinate, x coordinate, y coordinate. And so tandaan parati na kapag ang focus po natin ay ang ating A, this one, ay nasa, we're talking about origin, vertex at the origin Iba pa kasi yung vertex at vertex not at the origin. So we are talking about the standard form of the equation of a parabola with vertex at the origin. Okay? And so kapag ka ang ating focus ay nasa A0, probably dito siya, A0. And kapag ka ang ating A ay nasa x-coordinate at positive siya, that opens to the right. Opens to the right. And of course, our vertex is at the origin. So, opens to the right po yan. Okay? And then, our directrix is x is equal to negative A. Nandito yung part ng ating directrix. It's our directrix. This line is x is equal to negative A. Okay? Kasi yung ating the focus is at the A0. Ating focus. Ganun po ang itsura. And of course, our axis of symmetry is this one. Ating y equals 0. The x-axis mismo. At ang equation po ng ating x-axis ay y equals 0. Okay pa? Itandaan na lang yan. Okay, and of course, our equation, pag ganyan, opens to the right, ay ito po. Y squared is equal to 4ax. So, yung my square, yung y. Okay? And 4dx. Diba? Okay, next. What if our focus is located at negative A0? So, negative A0, nandito siya. Dito po ang ating focus. Ito yung ating vertex. So, ibig sabihin, opens to the left. Yan, opens to the left po. And of course, our directrix nandito naman sa kabila. Directrix po natin is a vertical line. Press ko na line. That is x is equal to time positive. And our axis of symmetry is y equals 0. The axis of symmetry, same pa rin. That is pa rin po yun. Ating y equals 0. Okay? And of course, our equation is given us by this. And ang y squared yung y. At negative, this time negative naman itong ating rate. It opens to the left. Okay? Opens to the right, positive. Opens to the left, negative. Itandaan na lang yun, ha? Okay, next. What if our focus is located at 0A? 0A, dito siya. This is our focus. And ito po yung vertex natin at origin. So, opens to the, or opens upward, di ba? Opens upward. And, ang ating directrix ay nandito sa baba. This time, horizontal siya. We have y is equal to negative a. Okay? Yan. So, ganun lang po. And then, of course, our axis of symmetry is the y-axis. And this is x is equal to 0. And of course, the equation, this time, ang ating x ay nasa left side, may squared siya. Equals yan sa 4ay. Siguro, tignan nyo na rin yung patterns ng pagpapalit ng mga equations, no? Pagka-opens upward, ang may squared po is the x. Okay? And positive ang ating 4ay kasi nga opens upward. Okay? Next, what if our focus is located at 0, negative a? Nasa baba siya. 0 itong focus natin. Ito yung vertex na we have this one. Okay, and then, of course, our directrix parating nasa patapos ng ating ito. Pagka-start tayo sa baba, pataas, tapos ang vertex susunod ng ating directrix. Directrix, of course, this time positive po. Ating a, so y is equal to. And our axis of symmetry, the y-axis itself, we have same pa rin, x equal to 0. And of course, as you see, this opens downward, so our equation, x squared is equal to negative 4. And so, we have this as our 4 standard forms of the equation of a parabola with vertex at the origin. Okay, so started pa lang tayo sa origin, iba din kapag ang ating vertex ay hindi po sa origin. Okay, so we have here an example number 1. Determine the coordinates of the vertex, axis of symmetry, focal distance A, the length of the latus rectum, and endpoints of the latus rectum of the parabola. Okay, solution, x squared is equal to negative 4y. Ang una muna natin hanapin is the value of our focal distance. Okay, so yung A mismo. Paano ba kunin si A? Kunin nyo lang itong kung nandito sa negative 4. Di ba ang equation po natin dito, this is pag ganito ang ating itsura ng ating equation, x ang naka-squared. Kaya ang una muna natin gagawin is to look for the A, the focal distance. Kunin natin itong nandito. So, ito kasi, kanina, dun sa ating standard form of the equation of a parabola if the vertex is at 0, 0, we have negative 4ay, di ba? That's our formula. Okay, so ang gagawin natin para makuha ang ating A, kunin natin itong andito, this is the negative 4a, negative 4. Okay, equate natin yan sa negative 4a. Okay, kumbaga, since may y silang dalawa, ang kukunin po natin yung numerical coefficient ng y. Okay, so kunin ko itong numerical coefficient ng y dito sa ating equation, standard form. Equate mo dun sa numerical coefficient ng y, which is negative 4. And i-divide natin sa negative 4. So what is our A? A is 1. So, okay na tayo sa focal distance. Ang ating focal distance natin is 1. Ating focal distance ay 1. And, okay? And alam din natin that if ganito yung equation po natin, this is opens downward, di ba? Kasi negative po yung nakalagay dyan. Opens downward. Okay, so ang ating focal distance ay 1. 1 unit. And ang ating opening ay downward. So, start tayo dito. Vertex. Ang ating focus ay 1 unit. 1 unit at the vertex. Okay? Kapag gagawa natin ng mga values ang ating grid lines dito, this is 1, 2, 3, 1, negative 2, negative 3, 1, positive, negative 1, negative 2. Okay. So, ang ating vertex ay 0, 0. So, we can now draw our parabola opens downward. Diba? Why? Because unang titignan ulit pagka ang x ang naka-squared, naka-negative dyan. Pag x ang naka-squared, ang option mo, it's either opens upward or downward. Diba? Pagka negative naman ang ating ang ating value ng nakalagay dito, that opens downward. Downward siya. And our focal distance is 1. Okay? Again, what is our vertex? Para masagot na natin yung vertex. Vertex natin ay the origin. 0, 0. Axis of symmetry, ito po yung axis of symmetry natin. Axis of symmetry is the y-axis itself. That is the axis of... Ang axis of symmetry natin ay yan yung ating x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. Okay, wag sana kayong malito dyan. Hindi y equal to 0 X is equal to 0. Okay? Kasi nga, vertical. Yan. The next, yung hinahanap niya, focal distance, okay na. Check na yan. The length of the latus rectum. Yan. At alam natin na ang ating focal distance ay 1. Ibig sabihin, this is 1 unit. Gamit tayo ng ibang kulay para makita natin. Sa part na nandito is 1. Okay, itong part na nandito, that is 1 unit. Vertex from the focus, ito yung focus po natin, is our focus, it's 1 unit. Now, and if we're going to get the line segment joining the two endpoints of the parabola that, of course, passes through the focus, ito, yung sinasabi kong lines segment na yan. Ang tawag dito is the latus rectum. Itong line segment na ito. Madaan siya sa ating focus. Ang tanong, what is the length of the latus rectum? Ano daw yung length ng latus rectum natin? Okay? So, para mapadali na lang, gagamitan lang natin ng formula. Ang length po ng ating length of the latus rectum, that is 4A. 4 times A. Okay? And what is our A? Di ba our A is 1? 4 times 1, that is 4. So, 4 units. Ang length po ng ating latus rectum ay 4 units. Ang ating focal distance, 1 unit. Okay ba yun? And so, very good. Okay. And what are the endpoints of the latus rectum of the parabola? Endpoints of the latus rectum. Okay? So, para hindi tayo mahirapan, siguro, mag-let tayo as Q1. Q1 na lang yung endpoint ng ating latus rectum dito sa left. Dito, ito, that is Q2. What is Q1? Ang Q1 natin, lagi yung tatandaan, Q1 is, of course, our endpoint of the latus rectum. That's a point. Meron siyang X and Y coordinate. So, natin sa X, hindi po exacto yung ating graph. Pag-summation na lang. So, negative 2 and negative 1. And that's the first endpoint. And Q2, we have positive 2 and negative 1. And so kompleto na. And we also have our graph. Okay, so okay na. That's it. That's the answer for our example number 1. Example number 2. Determine the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the focus, the focal distance A, the length, and the endpoints of the latus rectum of the parabola y squared is equal to 12x. And of course, after that, graph the parabola. Pero ang ginagawa natin, na-graph na natin agad na. Okay, since we all already know that, of course, if ganito ang itsura ng ating equation ng parabola, automatic the vertex is 0. Kasi wala tayong hn. Okay, no. Okay, so solution. Kaya yung pinakauna nating ginagawa, we are going to solve first for A, the focal distance. And we will do that by, of course, alam natin that this is, we will utilize the standard form, y squared is equal to 4ax, diba? Positive, no? Y squared is equal to 4ax. And we're going to equate 4a. Equate natin yung 4a ay 12 na nandito. So again, ito kasi ito yung 4a, yung 12. No? So equate mo para makuha natin si a. Divide natin sa 4. A is 3. Ayan, it's the value of our a. Okay, so okay na tayo sa focal distance. Ang focal distance natin ay 3 units. No? And okay, next. Next, of course, ang alam natin at the vertex is 0, 0. Origin. Okay? And after that, try nating i-graph natin para makita natin agad. Okay. Okay. So, hindi pa masyadong exact. Pero pagka dun sa isa, vertex at the origin, iusin natin yung graph natin. Ayan ang graphing. Puro graphing area. Okay. So, vertex 0, 0. And, of course, what is the opening of our parabola pag ganito? Pagka y ang naka-squared, that's either opens to the left or to the right. Diba? Okay? So, since positive yung nandito sa 4ax, opens. So, tandaan nyo na lang yan, 4 lang naman. Opening to the right. Hindi naman hinahanap dyan. Lagyan na lang natin opening to the right yan. Okay? And then, of course, we have our focus located since opens to the right yan, dito yung ating focus. Opens to the right. Okay, this is our focus. Our focus is how many units from the vertex? Ating focal distance is 3 unit. 3 unit yan. So, meron tayo ditong another part ng parabola, another 3 units, which is yung tinatawag nating directrix, no? Directrix. Vertical line. Okay? So, we have here the next one, we're looking for, okay na tayo sa vertex, okay na. Axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry natin, ito. Ating x-axis mismo. Okay? The x-axis itself. Yan. So, our axis of symmetry, is y equals 0. Itong ating x-axis. Check na tayo dito sa vertex, sa symmetry, focus. Hindi pa tayo tapos sa focus. What is our focus? Yung F. Ano yung coordinate ng ating F? Coordinate ng ating F ay this is 3, 0. Kasi nga ang ating A ay 3 units. And positive siya dito, so kanan nandito. That is 3, 0. Okay? So that is 3, 0. Focus. F. For F. Next, what is the length and the endpoints of the latus rectum? So length, okay, length ng ating, ito yung ating latus rectum. Let ko na lang to as our Q1. Naman ang ating Q2. Q1, that's the first endpoint. And Q2 is the second endpoint. And this is our latus rectum. So yung formula again for the length. For the length of latus rectum. Length of latus rectum. That is 4A. So 4A. So we have 4 times 3. 4A is 3. That is 12 units. Yan. So 12 units yan. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12 units. So, ang length ng latus rectum natin ay 12 units. Okay, and we still have to look for the coordinates of our endpoints of the latus rectum. Diba this is 2A? Is 2A. 2A ito. So, since nag-start tayo sa 0, 2 times 3, 6. This point is ito, 6. Meron din dito sa kabila. It's negative 6. Okay? I hope nakuha nyo yun. So, this is 2A. And 2 times 3 is 6. 6 yan. Dito sa kabila, negative 6. Okay, so what is this point? Is this point. 3, 6. What is point? Is 3, negative 6. And Q1 natin is 3, 6. Ang Q2 natin ay 3, negative 6. Okay? So I hope naintindihan ninyo paano kumuha ng mga parts ng parabola. Okay? And of course, kung paano mag-graph. Okay, example number 3. Determine the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the focal distance A, the focus, the length, and the endpoints of the latus rectum of the parabola. Y squared is equal to negative 1/2 x. And of course, we're going to graph the parabola. Okay, solution. Okay, so we have y squared is equal to negative 1/2 x. Okay, so we're going to utilize the equation yung kanina. That's negative siya, no? So negative 4x. Okay, so equating them. So negative 4a equal to negative 1/2. Okay, so we have, siguro i-cross multiply na lang natin. So negative 4 times 2 is, so 1 times ano muna? 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. For negative 4 times 2 is 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Our A is 1 over 8. Okay, 1 over 8 unit. Meaning, this is our focal distance. Kaliit ng ating focal distance. Okay, focal distance. 1 over 8 is just 0.125. Okay? Yan. So, of course, alam natin na pag ganito ang ating given equation ng parabola, automatically, our vertex is located at 0, 0. And as you see, what do you think? What is the opening of our parabola? Pagka y ang naka-squared, that's either opens to the left or to the right. It's negative yung nakalagay dito, opens to the left. Opens to the left. Yan. Okay na tayo sa vertex. Okay na tayo sa focal distance. Opening, wala namang sinabi niya kung opening pero nilagay ko na lang. And the length. The length of the latus rectum. Length of the latus rectum. Yan. So, yun pa rin, that's 4 times A. 4 times A is 1/8. That's 1/2. 1/2 unit. Yan. So, approximately na lang siguro ilagay natin sa decimal. Para dito naman, 0.125 unit. 1/2, that's 0.5. Yan. Okay, so try to draw the graph. Y and this is X. Okay, so opens to the left, and this is our vertex. And meron tayo ditong focus the left. Ilang unit from the vertex yung natin? 0.12. Parabola. Okay, so our next problem is look for, of course, ilagay ko na rin dito yung ating directrix. And of course, our axis of symmetry. Hanap na yung axis of symmetry. Okay, hanap. The axis of symmetry is given us by axis of symmetry natin. Ito po yung ating x-axis, that y equals 0. Check na rin yan. Check na rin yung ating axis. Okay, next na lang siguro the length of the latus rectum. Okay na. Q1 and Q2. So kasi nga nakalagay diyan endpoints. So ito yung ating latus rectum. We have endpoints. Latus rectum 1 and Q2. 1. Again, ano kinukuha itong ating Q1? Since alam natin that this is times A. Ayan. What is 2 times 0.125? It's 0.25. Okay? Ganun din dito. We have 0.5. So, 0.25, 0.25, and is negative point. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang Q1 natin, this is negative, nasa left siya, negative 0.125, comma, 0. Okay, yung Q2 naman, pa rin, yung x-coordinate is negative 0.125, and negative yung ating point. And so we have here the endpoints. Okay? So I hope naintindihan ninyo kung paano nakuha yung mga parts ng ating parabola. Of course, and how to sketch the graph of a parabola. So part 2 of this lesson is on the separate video. Abangan na lang natin yung susunod na video. Okay, ang next na lesson natin, or ang next na discuss dun sa separate video na yan, ay of course, how to get the equation of the parabola given the vertex not at the origin. Okay? Thank you for listening.